Hey, Patrick, nice to
Hey
meet you.
John, how's it going?
Great. Love your poster.
Oh, thank you. Anytime I get a compliment on that I'm already know I'm with friends, so
Okay,
this is
good,
good.
good, good, good.
I want to know first what kind of sparked this idea? Because choosing to have a ton of prisoners escape from a plane in Alaska sounds crazy.
Yeah, what sparked the idea? Probably a abject fear of flying. I'm not a great flyer, but I think conceptually there's a hook there that I like that suggests an ongoing story. All these inmates spilled into the wilderness, one guy who's supposed to sort of hunt them down one by one. There's an engine to that that feels to me like a TV show and feels like it has some legs. And then you step back and look at the characters and go, okay, what's it really about? Who are these people? What is this catastrophe going to do to them? And that inevitably always becomes more interesting than sort of the hook at the beginning.
I think you both have very unique and interesting characters, and the way that they work with each other is very fascinating. What was it like building that complicated chemistry? Was it through rehearsal? Was it through the script? Or did you guys talk a lot about it beforehand?
We had loads of information because we had 10 episodes ready to roll with. I mean, more often than not, you get them as you go. And we'd be in rehearsal rooms, we'd chat about them, we'd go, wow, what do you think they did in that past that we were thinking about? We actually had the information. They have a very intricate, very complex relationship that we learn about later on. But we luckily got on very well and we would talk about it. And I thought Hayley was incredible at pushing the boundaries of what she was prepared to do in each environment and scene.
And I think, it's a series that is heightened and elevated and, there's this blockbuster element to it. But I think, Dom and I wanted to explore the intimacy of these two characters, and they're two characters that know how each other operate very well, and they are each other's intellectual equal, and that kind of cat and mouse game that they're playing is, a very dynamic aspect to the series.
Jason Clarke, wow, I think that he's one of those most underrated actors right now, and he's in so many hits. I love that you have him as a lead. What was the first discussions like with you and Jason talking about this character?
Jason, I think, really connected to the character. I think he understood this kind of rural guy and somebody that is probably in ways not unlike where he comes from, right? I think he understood that. I think Jason, and I think he saw something that was maybe different than what we're used to seeing him in. Frank's a very warm, sort of salt of the earth guy. He's a little bit of a throwback. Maybe some of his values are outdated, maybe, and I think that was interesting for him. I think he's fantastic, and I love him in everything he's in. But I thought he was specifically great in this, and also there's a physical aspect to the show that is undeniable. The guy's up for anything, So when we're doing takes where he's on a dog sled or he's on a snowmobile and it's not, let's do it again. He's never one to step back, and I think there was a physical aspect of it that I think must have been interesting to him.
Were you out in Alaska with the crew for everything? What were some of the conditions like while you were working on set?
Yeah, well, we actually shot in Canada. So we shot outside Montreal, Quebec City, Calgary, and we were in beautiful, beautiful areas of the country. But it was both. It was both bitter cold. I was told the insurance company shuts us down at 30 degrees below, and we got down to 20, a little below 20. That's brittle cold. And at the same time, because we shot over the course of 6-7 months, by the end we're shooting in August, and the wardrobe people are pulling the stuffings out of jackets, and the AC's cranked on the sets. We're trying to be as cold looking as possible while it's sweltering, heat, and all the trees are starting to leave out, But it was a very physical shoot.
It's always so interesting, especially when it's like maybe we were in the right season at the beginning, but it's been so long that now we have to change everything temperature-wise. That's so crazy.
It was a difficult challenge the continuity of that, and this show, as you know, it takes place almost one episode per day, so it's almost over the course of 8-10 days, and so the continuity was very important because of that.
What was something during production while you two were working with each other on a scene or something that maybe felt like a challenge, but because you knew you were with this scene partner in particular, you thought you were in good hands?
I always felt like I was in good hands, and Dominic is such a kind of he's incredibly well prepared. He's always, on time. He's very professional. I always felt like I could rely on Dominic. And then at the same time, he's an artist. So he is spontaneous and making decisions in the moment. And that is something that I appreciate the most in an actor, is an actor with imagination and that can, he's obviously a very good listener and somebody that is reactive.
What I loved when I watched and worked on those scenes together, they're kind of your favourite. When you're in an action film, you want to do you want more dialogue. When you do more dialogue, you want more action. And this, when it came to having done all the action bits, you were like relieved to be talking with
actually doing scenes.
And looking in the eyes and listening. And we had these lovely sort of romantic moments back. I can't say that, can I?
No, it's okay.
We go. It felt like we were in two different films.
Yeah, there's
I watched you do
two different narratives.
And you're under massive time pressure when you're making 10 eps. And it's not like a film where you have rehearsal and you work it out and you move around the space and you work out. And you made sure that you allowed us to get that. And I wouldn't have. And I often go, sure, what do you want? What do you need? But it's so important that you feel it out and you feel natural and you feel that it's right for who you're creating. And people try and put pressure on you not to do it.
You just want to protect that.
You have to.
Between, on set with performers, and it's something
you do that so well. I
want to kind of protect the integrity of the characters that we're building, and also create a dialogue in which we can work together and make new discoveries and things that might not necessarily be on the page.